Welcome back to day 2 of your Advent crochet along. We are going to be continuing to work on our snowflakes today, and we're going to be doing this particular technique on 4 of our snowflakes in total. So what you want to do is go ahead and get your day 2 colour and 4 of your snowflakes and whichever crochet hook you used yesterday. So I used my 4mm crochet hook. At the end of this section, your piece will measure 12 centimetres from side to side. So just bear that in mind. But if you're using the same crochet hook, then you should be absolutely fine. So let's go ahead and get started for day 2. So we're going to begin by creating a slip knot and insert our crochet hook. So this round is classing as round 4, with round 3 being the final round of our snowflake. And we're going to start off by doing a standing double crochet into any raised half treble front post. So remember, that's UK terms. So this will be a standing single crochet in any raised double front post or half double front post from the previous row. So here is the cluster, and then here is the raised half treble front post. So we want to go into the top of that stitch, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through. So we have 2 loops on our hook, and then yarn over, pull through both of those loops on the hook, and that is the standing double crochet and the beginning of our round 4. So in this round, we're actually going to be working in round 2, and we're going to be doing a pattern repeat. So first of all, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to miss 2 double crochets working behind the chains made from round 3. So behind those chains into these double crochets from round 2, and we're going to do 1 double crochet between the 2 double crochets either side of the chain 9 space. So what that means is we have the chain 9 space here, and then we have 2 double crochets at the chain 9. So we're going to do 1 double crochet between those stitches. So essentially we're working into this space just here. So we're going to go behind the stitches. So if I pull that down, you can see that space, and we're going to do a double crochet into that space like so. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, missed up 2 stitches, and then we'll do a double crochet into the next raised half treble front post, so just here. So we'll go into that stitch and work a double crochet. So you want to be pulling down these chains, and it will make it a little bit easier for you, because we're then going to repeat this all the way around. We'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, find that space. So we have the chain 9 here, that's the center one. These are the 2 double crochets either side of that stitch, and then this is the double crochet in between them. So we'll go into that stitch and double crochet, chain 3, miss those stitches, and then into the raised half treble front post. And you'll repeat that all the way around. So this is what it looks like on the back. So it looks quite neat on the back at the moment. It looks a little bit funny on the front at the moment, just because we're pulling these stitches forward, but that will sort itself out shortly. So go ahead, work that all the way around until you have done your last double crochet in the stitches between and your chain 3, and I'll show you how to join your last stitch. So finish off round 4 and then we'll move on to round 5. Okay, so once you've done that last chain 3 and we're at the point where we have our standing double crochet from the beginning of the round, we are just going to slip stitch into that standing double crochet to finish off round 4. Now going to move on to round 5, where we're going to start off by chaining 2, and this does not count as a stitch. And then we have a pattern repeat. We're going to do 3 treble crochets into this chain 3 space. So that's a UK term. In the US, this is known as a double crochet. So yarn over, insert into that chain 3 space, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 2 loops on the hook, and yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your first treble crochet. We'll then do another, that's 2, and then another for 3. So we have 3 treble crochets. We're then going to do a double treble crochet, a chain 2 and a double treble crochet into this next stitch. So it's this double crochet. So a double treble crochet in the US is known as a treble crochet. So we're going to put our yarn around our hook twice, go into that double crochet, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and you'll have finished off that stitch. As I say, we're going to chain 2 and then again do that double treble into that same stitch. So we have double treble, chain 2, double treble. We'll then do 3 trebles into the next chain 3 space, 1, 2 and 3. We're going to miss a stitch and then repeat from the beginning. So repeat from where we have done these 3 treble crochets into the chain 3 space. So go ahead, work your way all the way around, so you'll complete that pattern repeat 5 more times. Meet me back once you've finished that last stitch and I'll show you how to join and then move on to round 6. Okay, so once you've worked your way around, we're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of the first stitch from this round, and there we have round 5. So now we're going to move on to round 6. We're going to start off by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and this does count as our first treble. So we're going to start off by doing 3 treble crochets. So that if we follow this down, that is counting as our treble, and then we have 1, 2, 3 stitches remaining. So we're going to do 3 trebles, 1, and I'll just show you again where that's sitting. It looks slightly off center just because it's a chain 3, but that is going into that stitch, and then we have 1, 2, 3 stitches. So this is the second, and then the third, and that's our 3 treble crochets. And then we've got a pattern repeat starting from here. So we're going to do 1 treble, chain 2, 1 treble into the 5th chain of round 3. So this is actually talking about the chain 9 space, and we want to find the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th chain from there. We want to yarn over, go into that 5th chain from round 3, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, chain 2, and then also do another treble crochet into that 5th chain from the chain 9 space from round 3. It sounds complicated, but just break it down and you'll find your way with it. So you can just see that that is pulling that chain up to sit nicely. We're then going to miss the corner chain 2 space, which is here, and then work 8 trebles along this edge. So we'll find that first treble crochet and work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then we're going to repeat from that section once more. So I'll just show you this one more time. We'll find the 5th chain from the chain 9 space, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then we're going to do a treble crochet into that chain, chain 2, and then another treble crochet into that same chain, miss the chain 2 space, and then work 8 treble crochets. So go ahead, work that all the way round, and then meet me back once you've done this last chain section just here, and I'll show you how to finish off this round. Okay, so once you've been all the way around, the pattern does say to do it 5 times, omitting the last 4 trebles on the final repeat. And what that means is we won't have the 8 treble crochets on this section because we've already done some already. So we're going to go ahead and work these last stitches. 1, 2, 3. And just double check that we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 4th one makes 8. And then we're going to do an invisible join. So what you want to do is you want to fasten off your yarn, like so, and then we're going to find that first stitch. So we want to go from the back of the work to the front, working through that stitch. We're going to take our yarn and bring it through that stitch. And then we're going to find the last stitch that we've just done. So if I just pull it apart here, we've gone through this stitch. Now this very last stitch that we've got here, we want to go through the back loop only and then pull it through. And what you can see there is it creates an invisible join. So now all that you have to do is sew in your end. To make it really nice and neat. So I just like to look at my work, making sure that I'm not altering the shape in any way. Weave my yarn through. Again, try not to pull on it too tightly. I'm going to go back the other way. And then once more back the other way. Weaving in and out. And there we have our finished day 2. So that is what your rounds 4 to 6 look like. Again, this should measure around 12 centimetres. So hopefully you've got your tension sorted by this point. And like I say, you want to repeat this for 3 more snowflakes. So you'll have 4 of this colourway in total. Please don't forget to tag Crochet Society and myself on Instagram, as well as Rosina Plain, because we would absolutely love to see your progress. And I'll see you again in the next video.